In mid-March, it was reported that the United Kingdom and Norway are considering a joint acquisition of up to 30 new vessels designed for coastal operations. Such a move is meant to aid the operations of the UK's Royal Marines and Norway's elite Coastal Ranger Command. Considering BAE Systems has been marketing its littoral strike craft in recent times, is it the perfect vessel for the job? Let's take a look at the news and potential options for today's video. This joint acquisition is part of a wider effort to strengthen interoperability and capability in the North Atlantic and High North. The program has an official name and is labelled the Joint Commando Craft Initiative. And while it's still in its early stages, the ambition behind it is clear. Both nations want a next-generation vessel that can outperform anything they currently operate in some of the world's most demanding maritime environments. So what exactly are we talking about here? The vessels are intended to transport personnel and equipment and carry out insertions and extractions from coastal areas under demanding conditions. Think special operations requiring speed, stealth, and flexibility. The vessels are expected to offer improvements in endurance, survivability, and maneuverability over existing platforms, while also supporting sensor operations, target designation, and enhanced situational awareness. In terms of sheer size, these are not envisioned to be small boats like the CB-90. Rather, the planned vessels could be up to 24 meters in length, with a displacement of up to 60 tons and capable of operating independently for several days. Such characteristics are meant to allow for some real strategic reach, from shallower coastal waters all the way out into the open ocean. On the British side, the vessels would support the Royal Marines under the UK Commando Force construct. For Norway, the vessels would be relevant for the Kystjegerkommandoen, the Coastal Ranger Command. These are among the most specialized maritime commando units in NATO, and considering how much existing cooperation exists between Norway and the UK, pairing them together under a shared platform makes a lot of operational sense. Norwegian Defence Minister Tore O. Sandvik summed it up well, stating that the development of a joint capacity for coastal operations strengthens the two nations' ability to operate together in the North Atlantic and the High North. So where do things stand at the moment? Well, as mentioned earlier, the program is still in its infancy. As part of the process, Norway and the United Kingdom have issued a Request for Information, or RFI, essentially a market survey to get a better picture of available suppliers, technical solutions, pricing, and potential delivery timelines. Crucially, the RFI is also designed to assess production capacity at Norwegian shipyards, since the vessels are planned to be built in Norway. That's a significant detail, as it signals an intent to invest in Norwegian industrial capacity, which could have real economic benefits alongside the military ones. Lieutenant Colonel Rob Jin from the Commando Force program called the RFI an important step forward for the Joint Commando Craft project, as both sides now consider possible solutions for this important capability. Now, we can't cover this news without connecting it to the Littoral Strike Craft, or LSC, product coming from BAE Systems and Norwegian shipyard Umoe Mandal. In fact, the LSC and the role it's designed to fill seems perfect for the Joint Commando Craft program. Or is it the other way around, and the program seems to be crafted specifically for such a ship? After all, the LSC is a British-Norwegian industrial collaboration in itself. Additionally, as we reported in our previous video on the vessel, the craft has a length of 19.95 meters and has a full load displacement of 45 tons. Such specifications fit nicely within the Joint Commando Craft limitations of 24 meters and up to 60 tons. In fact, to us it all seems a little fishy, and that's not just because we're talking about a coastal/marine project. Indeed, it feels like the RFI and the official program announcement are meant to convey the message that the project is open to any defense firms out there who want to put forward a bid. However, because the LSC is already planned as a joint UK-Norway project and was announced days earlier by BAE Systems as a collaboration with Umoe Mandal, it's difficult to imagine this particular craft not being selected as the Joint Commando craft. At the same time, we could be wrong, and we would love to see other defense firms and shipyards compete and put forward other designs. So we'll just have to wait and see if that's actually the case. For some additional context about the Joint Commando craft program, it sits within the broader framework of UK-Norway defence cooperation under the Lunner House Agreement, which includes collaboration on maritime systems, uncrewed mine hunting, underwater warfare, and wider interoperability initiatives. That agreement was signed in December, and the Joint Commando Craft Initiative is just one of its early concrete outputs. So there you have it, 30 potential new commando craft, 2 elite forces, and a deepening alliance in one of the world's most strategically important regions. This one is definitely worth watching as it develops. But what do you make of this program? Do you think the littoral strike craft is all but guaranteed to be selected? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment.